Welcome to episode 169 of No Brains, No Headache podcast. Happy to be here. Damn glad to meet you. My name is Jordan Weichel. I'll be your host today, as always, and I'm joined with my longtime friend, my confidant, my co-host, the fellow comedian, Matt Ongo Cleary. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm nursing a bit of a hangover, if I'm going to be honest.
You got to get back to your roots of drinking more. With that will come hangovers.
I know, I always act surprised every time I'm hungover. It's like, oh my God, who could have seen this coming? And then it's like me the night before. It's like, jump up and shout, oh.
You've been on a bender, I feel. How many days in a row have you been sucking back on the old cough medicine?
It's about 5, but
pretty good.
Taking a little breather.
On a Monday.
Yep.
We are recording on Monday, September 11th, 2023. Never forget. Also have an open mic later tonight. So over under 11 and a half 9/11 jokes tonight.
In my set alone, I think I have about 7. So
yeah, I'm not going to stoop to that level. I haven't written my set yet. So should be good. Gonna wing it, and that's what we're going to talk about later. I have a few good topics to talk about. Should we just get right into it, Matt? I don't even know if I have any updates for you. What did I do over the weekend? Nothing. Took a bunch of edibles, fell asleep at like 10:30 one night.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
dude, we went to a comedy show.
Oh, yeah. Our last comedian and guest on the show, Aiden McCluskey, he happened to be in Bismarck this last Friday, just a few days after the interview. If you haven't heard it yet, go over to Spotify, Apple, iHeart, wherever you're listening. Make sure you're subscribing and following. Then give that a listen for episode 168. Aiden McCluskey, he came on, but we went to check out his comedy show. There's 3 total comedians throughout the night. What were your thoughts?
I thought they were all really good in different ways. Like, they all had a little bit different comedy.
Yes.
Aiden's a little bit more like aggressive, I would say, in his. But then the headliner, who I'm blanking on his name now, he was really like soft spoken, but he was hilarious. I thought they were all good.
Yeah, the headliner went for over an hour, that was crazy.
Yeah, impressive.
Looked at my phone. I was like, wow, this guy has been going for about an hour. But it's good to see the comedy show from the consumer standpoint, a little bit different for us as we prepare for our show. Comedy Night 5, that's Friday, September 29th at Dakota Stage Theater in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you want tickets, make sure you check out our link in our bio on all of our social media pages. But it was great to check out those guys. I did like Aiden's jokes about drunk driving.
Oh, yeah, like his town.
What do you mean you can't drive? You've only had 6. And can't be great when you live in a town where there is no sort of taxi or ride sharing.
It's like you got to assume that everyone from 10 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. there's going to be quite a bit of drunk driving going on.
Just stay off the roads from those hours. Hopefully you'll be okay. But then I also love the other guy talking about being from Minneapolis area and like the different accents and the different ways that we talk from whatever part of the country or world that we're from. And then he said when he went back home, he was enunciating, and somebody was giving him crap for, he's like, you try to say your words really hard. And he's like, okay, so we are against enunciating. Fantastic. It's always so hard to remember like what specific jokes that like you thought were funny, because it's like one after another after another. There's 2 hours of jokes, 3 different acts. I don't know how I could keep them straight.
Nate Abshire was the guy's name, and
the opener was Tito.
Yeah, Tito Amendola.
Nice. Yeah, he was pretty good. I did notice because I was actually in the bathroom right as the show started, and it was very rocky. At least just from like listening standpoint, it was very rocky of the classic like to me, it should just be, like the classic applause. But when you're nervous, it's almost like a reflex just to be like, yeah, let's go, let's party. Yeah. Like, because they got the crowd pumped up like 4 different times. I was like, okay, this is just unnecessary to constantly keep asking the crowd to be like, yeah, you ready for some comedy? Yeah. It's like, dude, you're going to stand up here and tell jokes about like your cock for an hour and 45 minutes. Like, we don't need to get the blood pressure.
And everyone here is old as shit, so as long as you can be done by 10.
Yeah. That was the oldest crowd that I have ever seen for a comedy show. It was like, apparently everybody there said, you know what we're doing for date night, honey, for our 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
We're going to some comedy of some 20 and 30-year-old white males.
Yeah, we got to be up tomorrow morning for our great-great-grandson's first communion.
Yeah, can't stay out too late.
I didn't see anyone that was like within 10 years of our age.
There was a couples, I would say, that was like, it could have been near our age, but other than that, it was, I am about to cash in my Social Security check and go to Prairie Nights Casino crowd.
Yep. There was a couple people that had like the classic Blake Hammond comedy special of just like hyena laughing, where it's just like, ah! Dude, it's so funny.
But it was a good change of pace. I was like, wow, there's no fucking children here. This is weird. I was like, maybe they should give me a 5-minute spot. And next thing you know, they'll just have a bus dropping off a group of children. Like, oh, Jordan's doing comedy. We better get the local youth over there to soak it in. Hey, if anything, if we need to give our youth anything, it's jokes from Jordan Weichel.
You know what? Our bus broke down. Do you mind if we hang out here? Yeah, please come to the front. There's 35 seats for you.
Yeah, and
feel free to not break eye contact the entire time.
No, it was good to check out. As pioneers of comedy in the area, I felt necessary for us to go there, check it out. But of course, it was at a wedding venue, so I'm not going to shit on them, but it was very wedding-y. I felt as if I was at a wedding reception.
I mean, the only time I've ever been there is for like a wedding reception.
But they had the round tables.
My brother's wedding reception was there. Fun fact.
Yeah, they had the round tables and like the white chairs and the... Honestly, the stage, if you like just gave a picture of like one of those comedians on stage, I mean, it's kind of easy to tell a comedian. So maybe you would just take a picture of the stage and be like, guess what's going on here tonight? The 9 times out of 10 people would be like, it's a makeshift mass gathering for the Baptist church that's under construction right now. Because they had like the mantle, it looked almost Eastery. It was like, is it Easter or a wedding or both? I can't. Is it a wedding on Easter?
Maybe they had
That's
a
what
wedding.
The stage was.
They had a wedding on Saturday night, so they're like, you know what? Let's just get the setup done, and then we'll just get this show out of the way, and then wedding time.
So safe to say, true comedy still has not broke into the Bismarck Mandan scene, because in order to get it done, you're going to need a bunch of 65-year-olds and a bunch of wedding decor.
The wedding reception / retirement home community in Bismarck, thriving.
Yeah, they love it. I bet a lot of those people thought it was a wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to pop in, crash this wedding dance, and then they're like, $25 at the door. They're like, oh, it must be for the bride and groom. And then they get in, they're like, this is a weird wedding.
Yeah. It's like, I didn't see them say their vows, but a couple guys were pretty funny up there.
Yeah.
It's a long ceremony.
I was crushing a couple of Shirley temples, so that was nice.
Over the weekend, I was lucky enough to go on a little bit of a work trip. And I just have to say that I am out on fancy hotels.
Gator don't play no shit.
I start off the trip where I'm driving into downtown Fargo. And the light goes yellow in front of me. So I'm like, okay, I'll stop. And there was a guy waiting for the light. And as he's walking across the street, I just see he's bleeding from his head and his leg. And he was waiting for the light. Like nothing's wrong. Just kind of like walking across the street. I'm like,
hey, regardless of a flesh wound, he is a law-abiding citizen.
In no hurry to get anywhere. I'm like, if anything, you should be going home or a hospital.
Get a little medical attention.
Yeah. And I get into my hotel and I can't figure out how the lights work. Like there's so many light switches. None of them turn anything on. My TV doesn't work. And like I was so excited right when I got in because I'm like, check out this view, like me taking a shit and the like views out the 12th floor, like super cool. And then I'm like, okay, gotta go to dinner. And mind you, this is at 5:00 on a Wednesday, and the parking garage is shared with an office building
Oh, boy.
about 500 people.
Oh, boy.
And I go out of the said parking ramp, and I can't get my car to work.
What the fuck?
And at this point, I'm like, oh, maybe I could just back up and I could just hoof it to this restaurant. I look behind me, there's about 6 cars. So I'm like, okay, no chance I can back up.
You blew it!
And so after about 10 minutes of fucking with it, I see that there's a please call for assistance thing. And I've tried like all of my cards, like 5 different credit cards, debit cards, nothing's working. And so I hit after like 10 minutes, which I wish I would have known the assistance thing was there. I call and it rings for about 2 minutes. And finally some lady answers at like a call center, and she's like clearly reading from a piece of paper. She's like, did you try this? I'm like, yeah, I've tried everything. Nothing's working. She was like, okay, hangs up. So I'm like, terrific. Call back. Some other lady answers, finally helps me out. I get to this restaurant and I'm like 20 minutes late at this point. And the clients that I was meeting come in and they are like 10 minutes late after me. And the first word out of their mouth is like, sorry, we're late. Some dickhead in the car ramp. We couldn't get out. And I was like, yeah, who was that?
That was you.
Yeah. It sucked.
Yeah, isn't it incredible like how much responsibility and like money you're in charge of and you can't figure out light switches or parking ramps?
Yeah, it's nuts. But I also found out that if you're not an employee there, everyone was having problems with it that day. So I didn't feel as bad, but then I still couldn't figure it out the next day.
I love it. Hey, let's just trap a bunch of people in this parking garage and then make everybody's lives miserable.
People were livid. Cars were honking. I didn't know what to do. People kept hanging up on me when I would try to call. And yeah, and then my light switch didn't work. So when I came in that night, I had to take a pee. I had to pee in the dark. Plot twist, when I wake up in the morning.
Piss everywhere.
Yeah, it was slip and slide.
That was not the toilet.
Yeah, I was like, pretty steady. Nope. Piss everywhere.
Did they have water in the lobby?
No.
Okay.
Everything was super expensive, and I've never heard of this before, but like I was at the front desk and I like get my key card and I'm like, I don't think he told me my hotel room. And then so I like walk and I was like, oh, what room am I in? And he was like, it's written like in this thing at like the back of the pamphlet. He's like, we don't say it out loud for security reasons. I'm like, dude, I'm staying at this hotel by myself. If someone hears my room number and wants to come hang out, by all means. It's not like they're going to rob
use some
me.
company.
Yeah.
Pretty lonely.
Yeah, this hotel is pretty nice, and I'm bored. So if they want to come over, I got a fresh pack of Uno cards. We can get after it.
I mean, that is the nice thing about not having nice things or being worth like anything more than $4 at a time. Or it's just like, sometimes I don't even lock my car and be like, you know, it is Bismarck, North Dakota, but you know, there's crime everywhere. Let's not play it lightly. But there's times where I'm just like, you know what? If you want it, you clearly need it more than I do.
Yeah. If you want to steal all the change out of my cup holder,
I'm going to take the chances. You're going to find an old weed cartridge on the bottom of my, you know, of the change cup, and you're going to think it's good. And I'm telling you right now, it's not. I smoked it down to the metal.
Yep.
There's nothing left. So have fun with that. Enjoy the change. And try not to just hide in my back seat and stab me as I'm driving. That's all I ask. Like, if you want to steal the car, you want to hotwire it, you want to, you know, bump uglies in the back seat, that's fine. Just don't hide in the back seat and jump out at me. That's all I'm asking. And my work truck, you know, there's not even a back seat to hide in. So open up the truck bed and there's a couple peeps just snuggled up in there. So, whoa. Just dirty.
What the fuck?
Dirty Mike and the boys just having a gang bang in the back of the S10.
Splitting a jar of mustard with one spoon.
I'm turning up the talk radio.
Yeah, if it's seriously, it's really nice. It's reassuring to just not have the nice things or be worth anything. Like, I don't want to sound super depressed here because I'm not. I don't want to make this like such a depressing comment, but the world wouldn't lose much without me. Is what I'm trying to say.
I mean,
not much would change.
I was thinking about that, like, as I walked into this hotel, and, like, nothing is useful. Like, they have a mini bar, and I'm like, okay, I need to go to a gas station and get snacks, because if I have a couple drinks, I'm going to just blow all my money at this mini bar. And, like, the couch they have, it was this little half couch thing. Slept in it one night. Did not sleep well.
Because you're hammered drunk?
Yeah, I got pretty drunk, to be honest.
That's what it's there for. The cuck couch. For the husbands who are getting cucked, or the Matt Clearys who are there on a work trip getting hammered drunk.
Yeah, just my bathroom's covered in piss, and I slept on a half couch, so pretty great night.
Oh, really took advantage of the work trip and pissed off half the people of Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. Sounds like you had plenty of drinks over the weekend. I myself, though, going strong on the sobriety. Okay, this is the time of recording. This is my 15th day sober. And once again, it's not like a huge change. I was expecting more energy. I'm tired all the time. Okay? Yeah, I was expecting to get better sleep. Still staying up very late, getting poor sleep, tired all the time. What do you have to quit in life to not be tired all the time?
I don't know. I was thinking about that.
Like, is there such thing as having quality energy in this life?
I mean, if you have a good cocaine dealer, maybe.
That's not quality energy. It's going to eventually run out, and
not if you keep
your
doing
immune
it.
system shot, and you're probably not very healthy.
You're farting a lot.
Well, that's the baby laxative that the drug dealer crushed up and put in there to make you a few extra bucks. I mean, to buy a jar of baby laxatives for $10, make an extra grand. The hustler's way.
The things I learn on this podcast.
Yeah.
Let me write that down.
Yeah, and then every time, then you need to buy stocks in toilet paper. It's going to increase. But going strong, as you may or may not know, I decided to lay off the booze. I'm going for 30 days. But I also did the math, Matt. Is this not entertaining for you?
No, I just, like, ever since you said the word tired, I just got super tired.
Well, might be a quick episode this week, people. Matt is going to be fast asleep in about 10 minutes here. But yeah, I'm laying off the booze with the one stipulation that since I work at a distillery and I'm in charge of a craft cocktail tiki bar, kind of part of my job to keep taste testing things.
What was it last week? You had
22 samples.
4 ounces or
But we
something?
also had a bartending competition where they're making some really nice drinks, and I kind of had to do that. So, week 2 samples. On Tuesday, I had 4, and then just yesterday on Sunday, I had 2. So I was making drinks, the home bartender, if you will, for the fam and some friends, and I was working with some different ingredients, kind of some ragtag ingredients. So I sipped their alcoholic beverage, their cocktail that I made for them, just to make sure it was tasting right. So we'll call it 1 ounce.
Dude, solid week.
I have had 1 ounce of alcohol
Well, it's a lot.
in a week.
Yeah, last week you're like, I only had 2 this day. Then...
Yeah, last Thursday, listen back to episode 168 to get the dirty deets. But, yeah, I had about, 15 samples in one day. But I'm keeping track of it. So, week 2, I only had 1 ounce, we'll call it, of alcohol in the system. And I'm going strong. I also, the whole idea was that I was going to do it from, I chose August 28th as my August 28th as my start date. I fucked this up in the last episode, so I can't fuck it up again. August 28th was a start date, with the idea being that I go until our comedy show. But I was counting it out. I'm like, I'm already halfway done. Technically, 30 days ends on September 26th would be my last day. So
Nice. You get a little bender in before the comedy show.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe I should ease back into the drinks rather than like the
There's
night
no
of my
reason to
comedy
jump
show.
into the deep end here. Sweet Caroline.
There's nothing in the rule book that says you can't play drunk.
No, actually, there is.
Yeah, so probably be best if I just kind of eased back into the drinks. But I'm halfway there. Also, I have noticed, there's a few listeners out there. I hope they're getting the subliminal message I'm sending. But apparently I'm not cool enough to go to the bars anymore. The invites to the bars have ceased to exist. I went to a bar with you on Friday after the comedy show.
Yeah.
But that was I'm Shirley Temples, dude. I've just been crushing Shirley Temples. Also, I think like it's true for week 2 as it was week 1. I'm definitely replacing the drinks with food because everyone's like, "Oh, I did that once. I lost all this weight." I'm plateauing. I'm right consistent weight. I have been eating more than ever. I'm hungry. I'm hungry and tired. I'm like a grizzly bear.
You're not really selling me on sobriety, and I'm trying to get
I'm telling people don't expect like some massive change to happen. I mean, if you think you need to do it, well, first of all, you might be a raging alcoholic.
Yeah, well.
Which is part of me is trying to prove to myself that I'm not a raging alcoholic. I really don't think I am. I was just brought up the other day. I was like, I don't drink by myself like ever. Like that's just something I don't do. I'm not pointing fingers, Matt. I'm just saying that, like, I'm just saying, drinking a lot by yourself. Let's just move on. Where one of us gets called an alcoholic. Let's move on.
I'm taking 2 days off drinking myself.
Sobriety. This is America. If you want to do it, do it.
Have I ever told you
Whatever.
the story about how I saw a girl with 2 heads?
I think so.
I was in the Eden Prairie Target.
Okay.
I'm going to say about 2004-ish.
Oh, good year.
And I saw a girl with 2 heads, and I was with Denko Andy. And so we did what every, 9-10-year-old would do and followed them around for a long time.
A little investigative work.
Yeah, but not really great. Like, just every aisle they would go down, we'd go down. So I went and did a little research, and I found out who they are. It's Abby and Brittany Hensel.
Do they smell different? Like when you're following them, were kind of like on a scent?
I would think so. Like part of me, like if someone doesn't have an arm, I think they smell different. But I have a lot of logistical questions because they graduated from college.
Are they from Eden Prairie?
They're from like
Carver County, Minnesota.
Yeah, like New Brighton or something. Yeah, they teach 5th grade. Could you imagine?
Oh my! You know what? I'm not gonna say anything.
They're pretty hot, right?
I mean, be a hell of a blowjob.
Do they get paid 2 salaries?
I don't know. How does that work?
In the Wikipedia article, it just says, I got to read it word for word. Some of the twins' clothes are altered by a seamstress. I'm going to go out on a limb and say all of their clothes are altered by a seamstress, unless there's someone out there making 2-headed sweatshirts.
I mean, all girls wear the oversized T-shirts, and for them, I feel like an oversized T-shirt, maybe a slight alteration to the neck area to allow the width to, get through there. The oversized T-shirts work for them too, and they just want to be normal women in this world who wear oversized T-shirts sometimes.
I mean, and then they each control an arm and a leg, which has to be just brutal when they get in an argument.
Yeah, like I remember when I was younger, I was hanging out with my cousin who's like a year older than I, and let's just say, we spent a little too much time together, and finally one day it came down, like we were kids, but it came down to I'm gonna fuck you up, and we just like went at a fist fight wrestling for a while. Does that happen here?
It's got
just
yeah.
it's like the phone booth boxing that they've come out with.
The Russian phone booth boxing where the same guy gets knocked out like 6 times in one fight.
Well,
I'm a terrible human being, but so at the
one of them got married.
No, that's a spoof article.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
fell
fallen
for
for that one multiple
I
times
was
in
about
my
to say,
life.
is one lucky man.
Yeah, we're two lucky guys.
It's like a Hugh Hefner situation.
I'm doing pretty well for myself.
What do you mean you have girlfriends? Well,
they like to say that their pronoun is I, but if they disagree, then they say like their own.
you can't change the rules like that.
Yeah, I don't get it. What do the kids call their teacher?
Are they able to help two separate kids at the same time? Because that's efficient.
They can.
Then I think they deserve.
They can each write at the same time.
Whoa.
So I think like grading papers, they're done in like 25 seconds.
But, say Tommy
They could
and
also
Sally need some help.
Each jerk off a different guy.
That's all. I was going to get to that in a sec. But say Tommy and Sally each need help with their fucking math problems. Are they each able to like
I think so, yeah,
you take Tommy, I'll take Sally.
Yeah, they must have some sort of weird like custom made desk that allows them to do that. Also, getting a chair that's comfortable has to be just a nightmare. I'm sure a lot of stuff that is used for fucking morbidly huge people, they use as well.
I take it they're never late because it'd be hard to explain how you both slept in.
Just get up. Just punching the other one in the face. Also, I really don't know what happens because they're pretty conjoined, but what if one of them dies?
Yeah, it could be. I feel like if one of them, maybe we could probably figure this out, some deeper research, but it could be one of those, like, if one dies, then, like, vital organs for the other shut down, perhaps?
They have 2 hearts, 4 lungs.
What?
Yep. 2 stomachs, 2 gallbladders, but they only have 1 liver.
Ooh.
1 bladder, 3 kidneys, 1 large intestines.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it is. There's like a Discovery Channel show about them. It's wild.
How much money are they making if they start an OnlyFans?
I'm gonna assume the internet breaks.
Yeah.
Whatever the Catch Me Outside girl made, triple that.
Wow. I mean,
1 for each of their kidneys.
let's just say they could get a lot of work done. They may have to quit the teaching, though.
So, no shit. The story.
That's going to be, we're already entering into the age of like, oh, hey, Miss Whatever, I saw your fucking OnlyFans last night. Your boyfriend has a hog, by the way. Let him know.
Kudos. And if you tell your boyfriend, Jake.
What's up?
Yeah, but the story ends with me and Denko and another guy following them around in Target for a while. And we were supposed to meet their parents outside after like 30 minutes. We didn't do that. And so as punishment, we had to go clothes shopping with one of my friend's dads. And we had to do it for an hour at the Mall of America. We got done in 10 minutes because we just kept calling him gay for shopping at Hollister.
Nice. Is that the same trip that you showed your balls to your buddy's friend's dad?
That was a couple years before. I mean, these soccer trips are life-changing. One time you see a girl with 2 heads, one time you show your balls to your friend's dad.
What's the podcast about? Matt just kind of reminisces on showing his balls as a 9-year-old. Pretty good show. Check it out. Subscribe. Leave us a review. The reviews apparently just don't exist anymore.
They've fallen off.
Apparently people don't like to review things. Oh, maybe that's a good thing, though. I only give reviews when I am upset at something. What about you?
Yeah.
When do you give a review?
I was
When
contemplating
you're upset.
making a Yelp account for this hotel that everything's so goddamn nice that I can't figure it out.
Do you ever think about calling the front desk and asking?
No, they already thought I was an idiot because, well, the elevator didn't work, and I was like, my car doesn't work. He's like, are you staying on
Floor 12.
Floor 12. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I think someone smashed the button too hard, so it doesn't work. So you have to wait till the other elevator comes. So I would hit it, and if the one on the right came, I couldn't go in it.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I was real happy the entire time.
Anyway, I'm glad we talked about the girl with two heads, because this is also talking about dysmorphia within the body. I was listening to the radio commercial came on saying something along the lines of, crooked teeth is embarrassing for kids, and trying to fix them yourself can make things worse. And I had to stop what I was doing, and I was like, wait a minute. Who in the fuck does that? Like, oh, my teeth are crooked. I'm going to try to fix them myself. Where do you start?
The only thing you can do yourself with your teeth is remove them. Anything else you're trying to do is just... You can't put braces on your own teeth. It's like,
No, you can't. You need certain, like, equipment, and how do you know, like, where to pull certain teeth or push certain teeth to get them? Are you in fucking dentistry school?
Yeah.
If not, if you are in dentistry school, why don't you just get braces like a normal person from an orthodontist? But is there hillbillies in West Virginia and others alike? And there's an epidemic in this country sweeping the nation where young people are attempting to straighten their teeth with homemade braces. Was
Yes.
I unaware of this?
I think I'm sure there's horror stories like out in the boonies that people were like, yep, couldn't get to a dentist.
Why the need for straight teeth in the boonies?
So that your cousin wife will like you more?
I don't understand. I feel like the straight teeth and the braces option, it goes along with where you're at in the societal standings.
Yep.
I'm a poor. I'm just gonna forego the straight teeth so I can pay my rent. I'm a rich person. I'm going to get braces.
I'm going to get
And
adult
look good.
braces and then fucking shit on Matt because he says that he doesn't like people with adult braces.
You're entitled to your opinion, but
Yeah.
other people are also entitled to get
Dude.
upset at
Yeah.
you for your opinion.
Yeah, well,
So-
everyone that runs for fun is stupid. So
See, and that's where, quick side note, I love that part about our world. Well, not our world, but this country at least is like, I want you to be able to think and believe in whatever ridiculous thing it is you want to. And I will respect the fact that it is so ridiculous that I don't agree with it, but I respect the fact that you have the freedom to do so. Does that make sense?
yeah. I mean, the more stupid something is, the more I respect it.
Yeah. If you want to think, and not to get too political here, but if you want to think that there are 64 genders, you can think that. I don't care. I really don't care. Don't try to force that upon me by any means. But if you want to think that, you're free to think that. I'm also free to think that, I'm going to win the lottery someday. I don't even play.
Yeah.
The first part about winning the lottery is you should probably play.
Yeah, the lottery is just a tax on stupid people.
Just a cash hog.
Yeah.
But this whole homemade braces radio, it just shows you the radio, and maybe just around here, I guess, because that's all it is local, terrible. The worst advertising I have ever listened to in my life. There's an ad out there that makes me so upset that I turn off the radio altogether. I will listen to the wind blast through the window as opposed to listening to some of these radio ads. So apparently there's a homemade braces epidemic sweeping the nation. I think we should get behind that as a community. And this made me think, it's like, wow, I love to wing, just wing it. I love to wing things, but I will draw the line at dentistry. So Matt, let me ask you, what are some things that are like okay to wing it and other things where it's like, yeah, no, you probably shouldn't be just kind of winging that in life?
I would say any minor house repairs, but there's a fine line of, I can wing this and fix it. It's like,
if it's like a small repair,
yeah,
you could probably wing it
yeah.
and get by with it.
But if it's like, ooh, I'm going to replace my electrical, maybe call in someone that's a pro.
Yes, that's a very good example. Or just, it's like, I'm going to go up on open mic tonight and I'm going to wing it because that's my brand. That's not a joke, actually. I'm not prepared at all.
That's acceptable.
I'm giving a speech at a college graduation. It's like, okay, unless you're fucking Matthew McConaughey, and even he still won't wing it, you probably shouldn't wing it.
If we had an actual paid comedy show coming up and you're like, nah, I'm just going to wing it, then I'd be like, oh, okay.
True. Very true. Very good. But when it comes to dentistry,
that's where the line's at.
Don't wing it. These people do not seem very knowledgeable. They seem very dumb. It seems as if they have a lapse of knowledge.
What'd you do for your homemade dentistry? It's like, I don't know. Had my brother hit me in the face with a rock. Felt even worse than before.
Oh, my dad put a shovel in the fire, then hit me across the face with it, and it was nice and hot.
You ever
Call it a hot shovel.
There's only one acceptable reason to do at-home dentistry, and it's in the movie Castaway.
Strike three!
Oh my God, I can't wait to go home and get high. Holy shit.
Some of the greats strike out, Dave. That's right. Striking out in slow pitch softball, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Lapse in knowledge.
Oh,
I was trying to set you up there. You did not. Right over your head.
Yeah, I have no idea what types of trees are what.
What?
I don't know what.
The sentence you just tried to say made no sense.
I don't know what type of tree any tree is.
Okay.
I'd like, if someone's like, take a look at that oak out there, I'd be like, nope.
An oak tree is just a very classic looking tree. Like if you were to draw a tree as a kid, you're probably referencing an oak tree.
I guess I know what like a pine tree is.
Yeah, there you go. Let me ask you this. Is it necessary for you to have the knowledge in what species of trees there are?
No, but I feel like if someone's talking about like, oh yeah, I got this real nice ash tree in my yard, and I was like, yeah, because I totally know what that fucking looks like.
Are you considering buying a tree or something? Or
No,
it's
just like stupid people having conversations with me and like talking about trees, and I'm like, none of this makes any sense to me.
Yeah, as a ex-arborist, I actually had to study this stuff. Very unnecessary. I mean, if you just want to know it for general knowledge, like cool, good for you, but probably unnecessary to know it. And if you're a home and or land owner looking to like plant trees or get to know what trees are on your land, or maybe it's just an interest you're getting into, a hobby, what have you, it's rather easy to kind of figure it out. It's pretty easy.
Like, do you know what that huge tree in my backyard is?
I would probably say it's some sort of cottonwood hybrid.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to collapse on your house.
Oh,
when you bought this house, little did anyone, maybe they told you, but I doubt it. Little did they tell you, oh yeah, there's a gigantic tree in the back that you're probably going to have to hire a helicopter to lift out of here. And it's going to cost you $18,000.
Well, I have like a two-headed girl of a tree in the back. Like it's one stump. There is like 7 trees coming out of it.
Yeah, very poorly grown.
Yep.
Very poorly grown. The fact that it started splitting off like 2 feet off the ground.
Yeah, I mean,
that worries me.
What are you going to do? It was the 70s. People were so drunk and high the whole time, they had no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Woodstock is pretty much the reason that we have potty mouths today and act like degenerates.
Another lapse in knowledge I had is up until about 4 years ago, I thought Ben Affleck was in Saving Private Ryan.
He's not?
No. It's Edward Burns.
Are you saying that he is Private Ryan?
No, I thought Ben Affleck was played...
Private Reben.
Yeah.
Reben.
Who was played by Edward Burns. I mean, they look kind of similar.
Kind of, not really.
I could see it.
I can see it, but...
That one's pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Affleck's in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, but the fact that no one corrected me, because I'm
When did you say this?
I've like throughout my entire life, when I would talk about Saving Private Ryan, I would be like, Ben Affleck's character is a real piece of shit, and no one would say anything.
It's an all-star cast, dude.
Dude, it's so good.
I mean, I'm 4 rows down on the cast list, and there's still just some bangers.
I mean, you got like Vin Diesel.
Yeah, some really good stuff.
Yeah, but no idea. Bryan Cranston's in there.
Yeah. Paul Giamatti. I mean, Ted Danson. Wild.
Dude, that is what we should fucking do, an Olympics of Saving Private Ryan members.
Cast members, yes.
Yeah. Who's that chick? Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn apparently was in it.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And then I love how everybody has like a nice, somewhat professional headshot, and then you have Maclean Burke, and it looks as if he's in his like home basement gym just with his shirt off. And then he's also got like a side picture of him in some sort of like Ironman competition. He's wearing knee pads and like very short shorts. I'm confused. Also, Steamboat Willie, that guy is high on meth. Go about 3 rows down. Are you on Google?
Yeah. Steamboat Willie.
He's the crackhead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know why he's wearing, like, it looked like he put on, like, a piece of tape below his eyes, and it was there for, like, 2 days, and he's like, you know what, I gotta get rid of this.
Yeah. The bags under their eyes. Lapse in knowledge. Any other brain farts, bugaboos?
No, but
What
I'll
I got
keep
for
writing them
chest?
down.
Well, I mean, great. Lead into that, Matt, because I also have some questions about some actors. Is it weird when actors with like British or Australian accents, they like play, like Tom Holland is the example I'm going for here. They play like a normal American role, I guess you could say, and they're doing the accent of like modern day English.
It's a very
reverse.
It's a very much one-way street. Americans can't do it. Australians and British people can. And I don't think it's for any particular reason other than Americans just can't nail down.
Like, this is a little Tom Holland clip. I found this because, of course, he was like talking about how he quit drinking.
Gave up drinking about a year and a half ago.
Yes.
And you said it was the hardest thing you ever did.
Yes.
And I wanted to know what was so hard about it for you. Why was it so hard?
I decided to just give up for January. I just wanted to do dry January.
Tom Holland.
And all
that
I could
wild?
think about was having a drink. It's all I could think about.
Ditto, brother. Yeah, that's Tom Holland.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Like, there's actors that you don't realize are
I
British.
didn't realize that.
Yeah.
His name's Tom Holland. I assume he was born in fucking the Bronx and like just became an actor.
Are you just describing his character in Spider-Man? Born in the Bronx, fights crime at night.
Is that where Spider-Man was born?
No, Queens, but close enough.
That's what I thought, Matt. But yeah, it just absolutely blew my mind when I saw that. When I saw that clip, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like,
Do you know the lady that plays Beth in Yellowstone? She's British.
what?
Yep.
She have a thick accent?
Yes.
See, so they have to put on like a fucking American, or in her case, like a little bit of a Montana accent. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just saying I've been critiqued a lot lately about how I've been talking, and I don't really like it. I'm trying to enunciate, just like the comedian said the other day. I'm trying not to sound like the most classic North Dakotan. Might as well just call me Canadian ever.
The dude that plays Sons of Anarchy, that's the lead role in Sons of Anarchy, is British.
Yeah.
Dang.
Pretty wild. Let's talk about somebody who is not British, because he was born in North Dakota. Josh Duhamel rant incoming, and it starts right now. I am sick and tired of this guy. Okay? He is from North Dakota, which is great. It's a fantastic place to be from. It breeds a lot of wonderful people, whether you agree with me or not. It does. Okay? It's a great place to be. Rather safe. It's a good time. Yes, we like to drink a lot, but it's a great place to be from. But apparently, when you're from Minot, North Dakota, and you become famous, debatable, in Hollywood, everybody just sucks your cock. They stroke the shaft. They cradle the balls. They swallow the gravy at everything you do. I'm sick and tired of it. Matt, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty evident.
I mean, they're like, if any, we need a commercial done to promote North Dakota tourism. First of all, probably better to not waste your time, energy, and money. If people want to come here, they can come here. All right? Quit trying to advertise this to people.
You can't tell me that Josh Duhamel loves North Dakota when
No.
he spends 10 days here a year.
He hates it.
He would live here.
Or he would live here. Thank you, Matt. I am sick and tired of this guy. Everything he does, he was at a bar nearby recently. I saw this all over Snapchat. Every newscast in the area was like, hey, we need to send somebody out. I know you're on your honeymoon, meteorologist person, but get your ass back here because you got to interview Josh Duhamel because he's at a local bar drinking and socializing and like shooting a commercial again. Another commercial. The whole budget goes to paying this jackass. Why don't you interview actual North Dakotans who live here? Why don't you have the spokesperson be somebody who spends a majority of their time in North Dakota? Hey, I live here. This is my fucking backyard. I didn't date Fergie and marry her and then divorce her ass. I'm not Fergalicious.
I was just going to say that.
I am not Fergalicious. I am a cold-blooded, true North Dakotan, and I love my state because I live here, and I pay taxes here. And we have Josh Duhamel roaming off the street, giving off his private jet. I'm sure fucking Doug Burgum gave him a little finger in the ass as he was jerking him off because that's what Josh wanted, and that's what Josh gets.
This will actually make you even more mad, so
Please.
Go ahead and say it.
Let's just get it all out. The anger needs to get out.
The money comes from tourism, and that is tax dollars that we pay Josh Duhamel. So technically, you are paying for Josh Duhamel.
And I'm sick of it. And if I have a say, I say it stops now. Is this guy even famous, Matt? Let's play a little game. I'm going to go through some prominent roles he had. I want you to tell me if you've seen the movie, and if you have, I want you to tell me what you thought of it. Shall we? Transformers: The Last Night, 2017.
Yes.
You have seen it.
Yep.
What did you think of it?
Not as good as the first two.
When in Rome, 2010.
I haven't seen it, but I know of the movie.
Do you know of any co-stars in it?
The only thing I know about the movie is that Josh Duhamel had Fergie bring him chew to Italy when he was shooting it.
Chewing tobacco. Fantastic. Life as We Know It, also 2010.
Nope.
New Year's Eve, 2011.
Nope.
Safe Haven, 2013.
Yes. Very gay.
You've seen it?
Yep.
Christ. You're Not You, 2014.
Nope.
Let's see what else he's done in his career.
He's done a couple like Hulu or Netflix movies recently. The Buddy Games, I think.
Fire with Fire. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Planet Ocean.
Nope.
Wings.
Nope.
Movie 43.
Nope.
Lost in the Sun.
Nope.
Don Peyote.
Nope.
Bravetown.
Nope.
Misconduct.
Nope.
Spaceman.
Nope.
The Institute.
Nope.
The Show.
Nope.
Chips.
Yes.
I am just, the point I'm trying to make here is this guy even famous, or is he just like mildly good looking?
I think
he's 50 years of age from Minot, North Dakota. I could find a whole list for you of deadbeat 50-year-olds from Minot, North Dakota, and it is not pretty.
Yeah, Josh Duhamel. He's made his money. Good on him, but
yeah, that's fantastic. Great. Good for you. Fantastic.
Not sure I want him representing what North Dakota stands for. Not sure.
Yeah, do we stand for divorcing Fergalicious? Here's your first. Why would you divorce Fergalicious? Are you clearly not getting Fergalicious anymore?
The Black Eyed Peas started going downhill when that divorce happened.
Oh, he banged her because they met when Fergie, real name Stacey Ann Ferguson, by the way, little fun fact. They started dating after she appeared on Josh Duhamel's show Las Vegas. That's the only thing I've seen. And
I have not seen
the one
it.
Transformers.
Wait, is Las Vegas like a crime show?
Yeah, well, it's Las Vegas. What do you think it is?
Gambling show? I don't know.
Well, just gambling, crime, gambling. The Black Eyed Peas made an appearance on Las Vegas. Duhamel definitely took her to his trailer.
Pound time.
Then apparently he's a practicing Catholic and attends church regularly.
Yeah, me too.
I find that to be a huge... this is Wikipedia, by the way, so pretty trustworthy source. He owns a bar and restaurant in Minot. Cool. He was inducted in 2012 into the Scandinavian American Hall of Fame, a signature event of Norse Hostfest.
I want to know who else is in that.
Is that even an honor?
Is he even Scandinavian?
And of course, in 2018, he began dating former Miss World America, Audra Mari. I don't know. In 2022, Minot State University named their summer theater stage the Josh Duhamel Stage in his honor.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of great actors are going through there.
2023 announced his support for Doug Burgum. Look at that. I knew it. I knew this guy was getting over the pants hand jobs from our governor. And I'm sick of it.
Other people that are
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt. I don't normally get involved in politics, quoted Josh, but Governor Burgum has become a good friend over the years.
Because he's paying millions of dollars a year.
And I can't think of anyone better than him to be president. Huge red flag if you think Doug Burgum, the governor of North Dakota, would be a good presidential candidate. I don't even care what side of the aisle he's on. You governing North Dakota, we have this huge fucking governor's mansion that nobody lives in. What are utilities a month? And am I paying
Yes.
for the utilities of the abandoned governor mansion as well as Josh Duhamel's wages to make commercials, to come be a tourist in North Dakota? What is there to see? What is there to see in the state? Here's the one thing. If you were coming to North Dakota and it was any time of the year and money didn't matter, here's what I'm recommending. Get your ass up to Grand Forks and go to a fucking college hockey game, because that's going to be the best time you have. And it's going to be the most illustrious because the place is beautiful. I hope it's early season, though, so it's not 45-mile-an-hour crosswinds with a high of -12.
And your balls freeze to your leg. I was going through the Scandinavian Hall of Fame. Darren Erstad was recently inducted.
A well-deserved nomination there.
Josh Duhamel was inducted at the same time as Clint Hill, who was famously a Secret Service agent in charge of John F. Kennedy when he got his head blown off. Pretty good company there.
Apparently, we just celebrate failures in life.
The former president of my college.
That's like saying I should be inducted into the Driver's Permit Hall of Fame for failing my test 4 times.
I failed at 3, I think.
JFK got his head blown off while you were on duty. Get your ass into the Hall of Fame.
I think there was like a conspiracy theory that it was actually his gun that went off and shot the president in the head.
Wow. Remember earlier when I said North Dakota breeds some really great people? I'm close to taking that back.
Dude,
Josh Duhamel was Coach Colin Cole in the Mighty Ducks Game Changers Season 2.
I did watch that.
Talk about reaching for a role.
Yeah, that one kind of sucked.
Well, no wonder why he has to take all of our hard-earned tax money from the fine people of North Dakota. He's clearly not making it in Hollywood anymore. Hey, I'm going to go do a cameo in the Mighty Ducks Game Changers, arguably one of the worst fucking TV shows made in the last
He was
decade.
like the main character.
Gross. It's disgusting.
He runs a hockey school in Minnesota, so...
Apparently, our values, if we're reflective of Josh Duhamel, our values in North Dakota are divorce celebrities
Our values are have a pulse.
Divorce celebrities and then be a modern day Robin Hood and steal from the people that apparently you're representing.
He makes $3 million a year.
Now that I'm upset, let's move on.
Okay. Facebook Marketplace. What do we got in the docket this week?
Let me see what we have. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm glad it reminded me. KFGO 790 AM posted this. Oh, and we spotted Josh Duhamel at the game today, too. Literally him walking by, like he's walking away, and this radio station was like, oh my God, I have such a boner right now. I just passed Josh Duhamel at a Minnesota Vikings game. It was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's not even in North Dakota.
Is KFGO, is that a North Dakota one?
I'm assuming the FGO is some sort of acronym for Fargo. But don't quote me on that. I do not know for sure.
That's a pretty good context clues there. Also, is he wearing a customized jersey for himself?
Yep, it appears so. Number 11, Duhamel.
The first thing I noticed about that is the guy in the background with just his cheeseburger locker.
Yeah, the dude's wearing a Percy Harvey jersey and about 2 sizes too small and just has a cheeseburger locker. The dude didn't even leave the concessions. All right, Facebook Marketplace, let's work it backwards, shall we?
Yep.
If you were in the need of 100 Crown Royal bags, Shasta has you covered. Purple, orange, and green, only asking $40. I'm assuming 40 because the picture, it says 100 bags, $40, but in the ad, they put 50. They're like, you know what? I'm going to try for an extra 10 here.
Yeah, if you buy it at the garage sale, you get it for 40. If you buy it anywhere else.
2 things. We were talking about raging alcoholics earlier. Actually, I got to plug my computer and Matt talk.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about raging alcoholics earlier, and this person, 40 bags, if you do the math on that, 40 bags at, let's say, ballpark it because the flavored stuff are cheaper, but let's estimate it at $40 a bottle.
If you get the big guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
that's
say
like
that's fair.
1,600.
What's the math? I'll do the math.
40 times 40.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it 100?
Wait,
100 bags, so
okay,
$40.
So 4,000. Math,
yeah.
Math has never been our strong suit.
That wasn't even
show.
math. That was reading because I didn't know how many they were getting. I just thought it was 40 and 40 because,
100 Crown Royal bags. So this person has spent $4,000-ish on booze.
Just trying to recruit a little bit to buy another bottle of Crown Royal.
What do you do with Crown Royal bags?
Put change in them. People put.
I used to keep my drugs in there. That was like my weed bag. It's like
that's also another good one. I know people use them for like golf balls and tees.
How many golf balls do you have? Enough to validate buying 100 of them?
No, people put them like in their golf bags, so they're not like floating around. But even that's pretty stupid. What?
Hello. Okay, let's not try to get too distracted here.
What else we got?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Crown Royal bags, I'm sorry. You couldn't pay me $40 to take them. Like if they're like, you have to keep these, but here's $40.
Yeah, that's like me keeping all of my grocery bags that I have for like the last 5 years and like thinking I'm going to use these sometimes. And like I literally have 1 million of them.
So this past weekend in the Bismarck, North Dakota area, the International Powwow came to town, and I don't make the rules. I didn't start this tradition, but the entire community is slightly racist because that is also the weekend where it's pretty much the unspoken citywide garage sale.
And don't quote me on this statistic at all, but I would say 1 in every 10 houses has a garage sale.
That's probably accurate. There was so many. So we have Bismarck's people reporting news here. Kimberly asked, who has garage sales or free piles today? I've looked and can't find many. Did you drive around?
I literally just to like see, went out of my front door and just look down the street to see if I saw one. I didn't, but it was like getting the point across that like literally if you drive 3 blocks in any direction, you'll see a garage sale or a sign for a garage sale.
Bobby, it's me, your daddy, Roberto.
Daddy?
You know, I seen you on the ESPN.
Yeah, I almost got into several fender benders, car accidents this last weekend. One time, a vehicle stopped in the middle of the road, literally in the middle of the road. I'm behind them. You can see that they're like giving the garage sale of interest a gloss over, and they're like, nope, not for me, and then keeps going. Another time, I'm sorry, Matt, but another time.
No traffic rules.
No, another time I had a car in front of me pull off to the side as if they were about to park on the curb. Apparently didn't like what they saw because then they weaved back into traffic and I almost fucking smacked them. All because of a garage sale. Classic veteran move. Take up the approach to the driveway. Just park right there. I actually did that at my very own family garage sale, but I was just unloading stuff. A veteran move there. But yeah, sorry. Well, Kimberly, I don't know. Maybe open your eyes. There are garage sales everywhere. Every boulevard has junk on it.
Yep.
The fact that you're looking for the free piles really concerns me.
My neighbor, this isn't really a garage sale, but he took off all the siding off of his house and just left it in his front yard right now. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, do you want to do this one? This is a novel. I think you sent it. Something about air conditioning. Is that where you're at?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's been a rite of passage for many freshmen at NDSU, but my son's dorm does not have AC. His room was 90 degrees last night, and he slept in his car. Fucking pussy. For those who of you have had that experience, what did you do to mitigate the heat during the summer? I don't know. Maybe suck it up. Everyone else had to do it.
What a fan. Have we thought about the fan?
Yeah. A light fan helps out a lot. Some lady commented and said, have them darken their windows with tinfoil. God damn it. You know what you're saying, that there's like other reputable people in North Dakota? I just don't think that is the truth.
Yeah, me making that statement was brutal. Just like me saying Brock Purdy will not lead the 49ers to the promised land. Then he played lights out. Yeah, I don't know. First of all, get used to sleeping in your car. Not the first time, won't be the last. Don't be such a gigantic pussy. Maybe you should be doing what normal college students are doing, getting so drunk that it doesn't matter what temperature it is.
If you wake up,
I don't know, take a cold shower.
Yeah, there's.
I don't know, get a girlfriend and sleep at her place.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Being a giant pussy.
I just
go pass out on the upperclassman's couch in their house that has air conditioning.
Yeah, it's North Dakota's not that big. If you're going to NDSU, I'm sure you have like an uncle that lives in town. Go stay at their place. I just did go by one where
keep going.
It's a it's a Facebook post of that comedy show we went to, and it was Jordan Weichel comments, "What's the lineup looking like?" And then a day goes by and you just comment, "Okie dokie."
Yeah, we actually went to the show, and I mean, I kind of was doing a little bit of market research, kind of scouting out the joint, but I wasn't trying to be too hard on them and just support the fact that comedy is coming to the scene. But apparently, you can get away with just not announcing who you're, like, people are just going to show up. And I don't understand that. I would like to kind of have an idea of what I'm getting myself into. We have Christy here, the Bismarck Mandan for Rent page. She was looking for 2-bedroom, please, that will accept felons and is under $900, except she spelt the word accept wrong. She was going for ACCEPT and wrote EXCEPT.
You know what? Okay.
2 bedrooms under 900?
Yeah, you're looking
for... What is this, a fucking closet?
Yeah, okay. Essentially what she is... So two felons living together for under
Who are illiterate.
$900
Who are illiterate.
Yeah, who are illiterate. You are describing prison. Like, go
back to prison.
And you'll pay just about that. And they'll feed you. And you can maybe get a job if you're on good behavior.
Goodness gracious, Matt. Yeah, the whole Bismarck Mandan comment I said earlier, we are not doing ourselves any favors.
Just backtrack.
Spread the word to end the word, but we're all pretty fucking stupid around here. We have another classic. We've talked about this before. When people are selling a vehicle, they're taking a picture of the vehicle, and they don't want the license plate number to get out there because apparently they're wanted in 14 different states. I don't know any other reason you wouldn't, why it matters, your license plate. If you're selling it, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, maybe we went through this before.
You take the license plate off. Also,
if you're selling it, doesn't that license plate number just like go back into like...
Okay, unless you are a law enforcement agent of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
If you give me your license plate number,
mm-hmm.
I can't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe, but... And if this person is concerned that they're going to spot them driving around town, maybe they should change the tailgate that's a different color from the truck bed that's a different color from the cab.
Yep. There's one of those trucks in town.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was like a Prius or something where there's 60 on every street.
I can't remember what we were talking. There's no caption here. I just sent you the picture. It is like the world's oldest truck.
Yeah.
3 different body paint colors on it. And yeah, did the classic, let's cover up our license plate because God forbid somebody tracks down this 1948 Chevy that I'm trying to sell for $4,000. Anyway, this is actually a repeat in the Facebook Marketplace bit that we do here. This gentleman from Hazen, North Dakota. Once again, apparently the baseball mitt hasn't sold, Matt. He reposted it again. It's still going for $5. This gentleman's name is Ryan K. And on the baseball mitt is Casey G's name and phone number.
Dude, phone numbers don't change a lot. Like, there's a good chance that is still Casey's real phone number.
Should we call it right now and just be like, hey, I just want to let you know that your baseball mitt is being sold online for $5 and I want justice. Should we do it?
Yeah, we got to go to Hazen.
Okay, what's the phone number on that, Matt? Do you have it pulled up?
No.
All right, we're going to do our first prank call. Can you remember 222-3851?
222-3851.
Fucker's not going to answer. Okay, looks like Casey G's not getting his mitt back, and Ryan K is getting $5 to go towards his crack addiction.
Should we get into some mini helmet?
Yep, let's finish out with mini helmet fantasy football. NFL season kicked off. Week 1 is behind us, with the exception at the time of recording. We don't have Monday Night Football quite locked down. Both Matt's Panthers and my Vikings decided to lose Week 1. I'm not letting it affect my mood yet, but if they keep losing, I will be very upset. Like, it's 1 week,
but
I can live with it. Baker Mayfield owns the Vikings, has yet to lose to them ever in his career. 2-0 against the Vikings. So that doesn't make me very happy in pants, but as Matt's drawn up the board here, I'll explain mini helmet fantasy football. We have a mini helmet representing all 32 NFL teams. We draw from this Dr. Seuss style hat. If you want to see what we're dealing with here, follow us on YouTube. Search No Brains, No Headache, and you'll find us. Make sure you subscribe. You can watch all these episodes. You can kind of see what the action is like. You can see what I'm talking about when I say Dr. Seuss style hat. We pick out the hats, or the helmets, Pardon me. And then we go with quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Matt tallies up the scores every week. Pretty simple shit. Matt, would you like to run us through week 1?
Yeah. So basically what it came down to is your team was good and mine wasn't. I had Justin Jefferson, who got me 24 points. Everyone else sucked. You had Christian McCaffrey, got you 25, and Justin Herbert got you 22. Just with those two guys, you basically beat me.
Who are my other two players?
Amari Cooper, 6. Luke Musgrave, 8. I had Jared Goff, 16. Najee Harris, 5. And Julia Johnson or whatever
Johnson
for the Saints had 6.
All right. So, Jordan, I take week 1. Rule state winner gets to pick first, correct?
Yep.
All right. And you guys should be lucky. You should be counting your blessings because last year I'm pretty sure we forgot to do this for like the first 2 or 3 weeks.
It was like week 5. Welcome to week 1 of Mini Helmet Fantasy Football.
So we'll get into it. I see Matt has pulled out the Monday night matchup next week, which is Panthers and Saints, I believe.
Yeah, that's good for all of us because Panthers suck.
Well, you know what else is great? The Vikings travel to Philadelphia for Thursday Night Football. I don't know if you know anything about the Vikings or Kirk Cousins. Historically terrible in prime time on the road, especially against the Eagles. Not looking forward to it. I may break down and have a few drinks. First team, San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to keep the trend going. Choose one of the best players in the league in Christian McCaffrey. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Matt. Quit looking in there. And last week, if you would have gotten the Chiefs and chose Travis Kelce, you would have not done well. Okay.
I got the Eagles, and I'm going to go with... Give me Jalen Hurts.
Nice. Not much strategy here. I mean, you can do it, but tight ends are pretty much going to make or break you sometimes. Ooh, I got the Tennessee Titans. It doesn't give me a whole lot to work with.
Yeah, I mean, you got Ryan Tannehill, who sucks.
I guess I'll take DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, I need a playmaker on the team.
Yeah, if this was 2017, your team is loaded.
I hope you get the Cardinals.
The Browns. Give me Nick Chubb. Rub-a-chub-chub.
Obviously, once your position is taken, you can't choose that position again. So, Deshaun Watson is looking good. Chubb's looking good. I took Amari Cooper last week because I already had my running back filled with CMC. Ooh, I got the Lions. What do I have open?
You can either take Jared Goff or Sam Laporta as their tight end.
Yikes, give me Jared Goff. I don't know, the Lions could be hot this year.
All right, I'm really hoping for a tight end here. The Raiders.
They just took Mike Meyer in the draft. Is that who he plays for? Michael Meyer from Notre Dame?
Yeah, I don't know if he really plays for him.
They don't have Darren Waller, I'll tell you that for free.
I'll take Devontae Adams.
Oh, wait, I thought you were at tight end only. My bad. My B-dog, you feel me? Who's the Broncos tight end?
It's not the guy that you picked last year for... it is
Dulcich.
Adam Troutman. Or, yeah, the Dulcich guy.
Give me Dulcich just because I knew his name. Like I said, the tight end position is a little tough. Giants, help us. That's what they said last night against the Cowboys. And the Cowboys routed them like 40 to rip.
Pat Freiermuth. No chance of spelling this last name right.
But he'll probably catch a 10-yard touchdown pass from Kenny Pickett after they're already down 43-0.
All right, quick rundown. You got Jared Goff, CMC, DeAndre Hopkins, and Greg Dulcich. And I have Jalen Hurts, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, Pat Freiermuth.
Yours team is looking a lot better than mine.
Who knows?
All right, that's it for episode 169. Matt, what can our listeners, the loyal listeners of No Brains, No Headache podcast, what can they do to maybe help us grow a little bit?
You can leave us a review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, or leave us a review on Spotify.
Or tell your friends this is the best goddamn podcast I've ever listened to in my goddamn
You're going to break into your parents' house, go into their purse, and steal $60 out of their purse. And then you can go onto our social media at NBNH Podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and click that link in the bio and use that $60 you just stole from your parents to buy tickets to Comedy Night 5. That's September 29th. Friday at Dakota Stage in downtown Bismarck.
Why don't we give them a little teaser? Who's one of the comedians that will be joining you and myself on stage?
I was going to say me. Zach Rittenhouse is making his long-awaited return to Bismarck.
He did Comedy Night 2 with us, killed it for over 35 minutes. The crowd loved him. So did we. So we invited him back. Beautiful Matt. Comedy Night 5. Tickets at Dakota Stage Theater, Friday, September 29th. Link in bio gets you there. The link in bio also gets you to all of our other social media pages and a link to the show if you want to listen. Up next, episode 170.
This is a freestyle off the top of the dome. Here we go. And I do it again, 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 again. I do it only once. Again, 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 again. I do it only once. I go down that river slow to the place I shoot like Carmelo. I'm living my life and we go hard, floating on the river in a party barge. And I see you on a sea-doo. Your shirt was white and it was see-through. Please use your spray, no mosquitoes. Every time you found me, it's a free throw. Hey girl, why you calling me? I said, oh please.